Hello and welcome back. Today I have for you a good old-fashioned beauty favourites video. I love filming these and I haven't done one in quite a few months, so I thought it would be good to update you on what makeup, and I haven't got any skincare, but I've got a hair care item and a perfume in there, so a few different types of things, but mostly makeup I've been loving. Definitely forgot to put lipstick on. I don't actually have a lip product to talk about today, so I'm just going to apply one of my old favourites, which is the Red Apple Lipstick Lip Gloss in the shade Tiny Dancer. This is just a really good nude. This is like my most used lip gloss, I think. I just have it in my bag at all times, and it's so easy just to throw on that I just always reach for it. You may also notice I've changed up my background a bit. I don't know if that's going to be obvious at all, but yeah, I'm filming kind of late in the day, so hopefully the lighting is okay. But yeah, I do have a new wardrobe in this room. The background isn't looking quite as aesthetic as it was before, but the wardrobe is for practicalities because I needed more clothes storage. It was getting impossible just sharing one little wardrobe with Adam, so I now have my own hanging wardrobe space, which is great. And Facebook Marketplace, great find. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the video and talk beauty favorites. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna mention is the perfume favorite. I recently picked this up. This is the Sol de Janeiro, can't say it in Spanish, so it's gonna be, that's gonna be the way I say it, Sol de Janeiro. It's a body spray, but it's really like a perfume. This lasts a really, really long time on me, so I highly recommend if you're in the market for something that you can just throw on and smell nice day to day. It's really summery. The notes are pistachio and salted caramel. So it says it's a hair and body fragrance mist, and it's definitely just like something that you just spray all over and you just smell good for the rest of the day. It's a very holiday-y scent. It's quite like coconutty, I'd say, although it doesn't say it has coconut, it's pistachio, but it's that kind of like warm nutty scent, and then very sweet but not too sweet, because I'm not a big fan of very, very sweet scents. But yeah, it's just like perfect for this time of year if you are looking for something, and this is really affordable as well. I think this is, I want to say this is less than £20 for this spray, and they do a few different scents now as well, but this is like the OG one of their like Bum Bum Cream, and I did use their Bum Bum Cream a couple of years ago on holiday, so I think that's also why it like reminds me of being away on holiday in the sun, and I love it. So yeah, if you are in the market for a more affordable perfume that you're not going to worry about like buying yourself, because I always think perfumes are nice to have as a gift because they often are more expensive and not necessarily something you would buy for yourself, but that one is really nice and honestly just as good as a very, very expensive perfume, the amount that it lasts on my skin. Been loving that. And then also I did want to mention the one hair care product that I've been trying recently. My hair was very like dry, and the shampoo that I was using was a Giovanni one, and it just wasn't the best. I switched to a different shampoo to the one I normally use. I really like the Giovanni, their ultra sleek shampoo, and I've switched back to that now, but I was using like their just normal to like daily shampoo. It came in like a white bottle, and it really dried out my hair, so my hair was just getting very brittle, very like staticky, and just didn't feel in great condition. And I went for my wedding hair trial, and she said, oh, your hair is just quite static, and normally if a hair is like got a lot of static around it, you know, when you like hold it and then it kind of like stays out, it's normally because it's dry. So she recommended just using a mask, and I'd heard so many good things about the Olaplex No. 3 hair mask that I decided to give it a go. It's so good. Like, I can understand why people rave about this. I'm about probably like a third of the way through, and I've used it about 4 or 5 times now. I use it about once a week, and it's just such a good hair mask. You put it onto damp hair, you leave it on for like 15 minutes. If you can leave it on longer than that, then that's great. And it just kind of works its magic. It really like helps to repair any dry, damaged hair that you have, and the next day my hair feels so soft and so in such better condition. I just like do whatever I have to do whilst I've got the hair mask in, just like wrap my hair up in a bun and just like carry on, wait 15 minutes and then get in the shower, have a proper shower, use shampoo and conditioner as you normally would, and it just really helps to like repair the bonds in your hair. It's supposed to be like bond maintenance. And the one thing I notice about this compared to other hair masks that I've used in the past is that this actually makes my hair feel stronger, but like day after day after day. Whereas with other hair masks I've used, I've kind of like noticed the difference in my hair, and it feels really soft and lovely on the first day after I wash it, and then it just kind of goes back to how it was before, and I don't really notice any like strengthening of the hair ongoing kind of thing. Whereas this, I actually do feel like it's doing what it says it's supposed to do, and like making my hair stronger from the roots, and like just making the actual follicles of my hair in better condition. Okay, moving on. I do actually have, I said I didn't have any skincare, but I forgot I put these in. So I did also get 2 minis of these Supergoop sunscreens. So I picked up the Unseen sunscreen, and then Cult Beauty were doing like a free gift box of different goodies if you like spent over a certain amount, and I was picking up stuff for my wedding makeup because I've been trying different products for that. So I spent a lot of money on Cult Beauty, and then they sent me this one for free, and I picked up this one just to try it as well. The thing is with Supergoop, I think that they make the best face skincare to wear like under makeup that I've tried. I really love their Play sunscreen. I've used that for like over a year now. It's really good value. You get a big, I think it's like 100 milliliters or 75 milliliters or something for £20, which for a facial sunscreen is amazing. It's very hydrating and glow giving. Sometimes though it is a little bit too glow giving and does make me look quite sweaty, which I love, but as I say, I am trying to find products that are going to be good for my wedding day, and I just don't want to look sweaty on my wedding day. So I decided to give the Unseen sunscreen a go for that reason. This is more of like imagine like a mattifying primer. It's got like that silicone-y kind of texture. I don't know if there's any silicones in it. I don't know if it's a silicone primer, but it kind of dries to like a matte finish, and this is perfect for those like events days if you're going to be outside, like a wedding or anything where you still want to protect your skin from the sun, but you don't want to add any like extra moisturizing or glow giving properties. Then this is great, and I like it because it just lets my foundation give all the glow, and then I can mattify it how I want, and it doesn't really add, it's not too matte, it doesn't like dry out my skin, but it doesn't add any like artificial glow or make me feel like very dewy to the point where I'm like, okay, it's too much. For like a glam makeup, this is great, and I will definitely be using this on my wedding day as well. And then the Glow Screen, which I'm sure you've heard a lot about, it's a very hyped up product, is really lovely. It's actually like tinted, which I didn't realize, but it has more of a glow, as the name would suggest. So it's slightly darker than my skin tone, so I don't know how well it would work for very dark skin tones, but it basically just adds a really nice, more of a metallic glow than the Play one does. The Play one is more of just like a moisturizing thing. But yeah, this one is really nice, and it just adds a very kind of subtle sheen to your skin and makes you look very radiant. And I've been really enjoying it, actually, more than I thought I would. I think I actually might get the full size of this too, just because you kind of don't feel like you need to wear much other makeup with it, because it kind of, it doesn't really offer coverage, but it definitely does kind of even out, because It is slightly tinted, so yeah, really recommend that. It doesn't make me look too much like a Tin Man. It's just like a very healthy amount of like glowiness that it gives. So been very much enjoying those. I like all of them for different purposes, and I still use my Play one as well. So yeah, Supergoop is the winner for sunscreen for me. Let me know if you've tried any other sunscreens that are like comparable in price point but are also cruelty free, because I really haven't found anything that's like as good in terms of cost per milliliter than Supergoop. So would love to hear your recommendations. And then the only other kind of like skincare-ish thing, but it's not really skin, it's definitely makeup, is this Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Okay, yes, the theme of this is going to be like wedding prep makeup, but I'm gonna need my makeup to last a long time, so I decided to buy this because I've seen Jessica Braun rave a lot about the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray and just saying like it does such a good job of like making your makeup stay in place no matter what, and doesn't like mess around, it doesn't add too much glow, but it just like really works. And I really love the Urban Decay All Nighter, and I think it probably is pretty similar, I have to say. Like I think the All Nighter does pretty much the same thing. I wouldn't say that this is particularly different, but I really do recommend this, and I have been using it, and my makeup has been looking so good at the end of the night, and it looks, you know, like not like I've just applied it, but very like flawless at the end of the night compared to if I was not to use this. So definitely will be using this for my wedding day. And if you're in the market for a good setting spray, I mean, it will take you forever to go through this, so I do think it's worth the money. And the Urban Decay one's not cheap either, so I think either way, whichever one you want to get, you're getting a good product in both of those things. Oh, I said I didn't have a lip product to recommend, but I actually do have one. I'm gonna do that at the end though. I'm gonna talk about I am gonna talk about a lot of hyped up stuff, so I apologize if this is like, oh my god, that's so old, I know everyone loves that, but the first one is the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. Yes, this is as good as everyone says it is. Yes, you need it if you like a natural, radiant, glowy skin. This is the only like skin thing that I'm like complexion product that I'm wearing today, and I do have a big spot, so it will not cover. It is a concealer. It's very like hydrating and just like glow giving and evening out of your skin tone. It will not offer a lot of coverage. Like you can see, like my spot is still definitely there for the world to see, but in terms of like just making you look healthy and making you like evening out your skin tone, I love this product. The consistency of it, it's so thin, it's so spreadable, it's so like juicy looking. I just absolutely love it. Will definitely be repurchasing this. I have the shade Vanilla. I think I could have used the shade Light. This is just a touch dark. It's fine for me when I have fake tan on, but it's just a touch dark for me when I don't. So they do have one, I think I could go one shade lighter, which would be the shade Light, but they were out of stock of that. So I went for Vanilla, and I can still make it work. But yeah, I think this is very comparable to the Kosas concealer as well, but the shades don't seem to like tint as yellow as the Kosas ones, and obviously it's a lot cheaper than the Kosas one as well. So highly recommend the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum, just along with everyone else, I think. And then I've also really been loving the Saie Sun Melt Cream Bronzer. I have this in light bronze. I'm wearing this today as well, and it's just like the most perfect cream bronzer. I actually bought, this is the BB102 brush. It's specifically for use with cream products, and it's like a big stippling brush, and this is great to use with this, and I just like dig it in there and then just stipple it on and apply it, and it just kind of blends out the product very softly and evenly, and I'm just really enjoying this bronzer. It's very similar in tone to the Milk Baked Bronzer Stick, so if you like that but you want kind of a pot form, To be honest, you probably don't need both. I will say this one is a little bit more spreadable than the Milk one. I think the Milk one is a bit more solid. It's still easy to blend, but because it is a stick, it obviously has to be a bit more solid. I think this one is just a little bit more emollient and gives you a bit more of a glow on the skin. Like, I don't wear a highlighter or anything with this because it's definitely like enough to sort of make my skin glow without needing any extra highlight or anything like that. But yeah, really been enjoying that as well. And then another bronzer I wanted to mention, because this is actually really good for wearing in like spring, summer. It's a really good shade for me. It's the shade Fawn from Beauty Bay, and this is a powder bronzer. So again, I would say actually it's quite similar in tone to the Sun Melt one. They're quite kind of yellowy, I guess, in undertone. They're not really red at all, and I don't love a red tone bronzer on my skin just because I think it can look a little bit too much. So that is the powder bronzer swatch there, but this is really good. It's very pigmented, so you can definitely go overboard with it. So I always like swirl the brush off on my arm before applying it, but I like to set my cream bronzer if I'm wearing it for like an event or going to be wearing it all day or something. I like to set it with that powder bronzer just because it lasts a bit longer. And then in terms of blush, one big favorite is the Saie Dew Blush in the shade Rosy. I think I used this in one of my last videos, but yeah, just a really, really nice kind of pink blush, but just has a little bit of a peach tint to it. So it's really flattering on my complexion because anything with like a peachy undertone just suits me, and that's like, I know that, so this is great for that reason. I've really, really enjoyed the formula. I think it's really easy to blend, easy to work with, and actually very pigmented for a cream blush as well. It doesn't like blend away to nothing. You can definitely see it on the skin, so that's great. The other cream blush I wanted to mention is I got this little free sample from Rituel De Fille. The shade is Beesting. I'm wearing this today. It's very pigmented and I absolutely love it. It's kind of like a raspberry pink shade, which I normally would not wear, but there's something about this that just looks so summery and like, oh, I don't know what it is, but it just really, really, I'm really enjoying it. It's again, very easy to blend, pretty pigmented as well, but doesn't look too much and too intense. So really enjoying that. And this will actually last me ages as well. It's only a little tiny free sample, but you only like scrape a little bit off the top every time you use it. It's like very emollient and easy to spread. You only need a tiny bit to like do your whole cheek. So really been enjoying that. And then the eye products I just wanted to mention quickly. One is, you guys know that I love the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerise formula. I've used multiple shades of that now, and I did recently pick this one up. I picked it up specifically again for my wedding day to test it out. I do think I'm gonna wear this as a one and done eyeshadow on the day. It's the shade Oyster Pearl. Loads of people have talked about it, and a lot of people also recommend it for a wedding day eyeshadow. But basically, for me, I like it because it's kind of like a bit of a contour shade, but for the eyes. So that's that one here. And it is just like the perfect amount of warm brown to like cool brown, where it still looks kind of like a contour shade on your eyes, and it has a little bit of a sheen, but it's not too intense, and I've really been enjoying it. I've been wearing it pretty much every time I wear eyeshadow. I will throw this on at the moment and love it. Definitely worth the hype if you're going to pick up like one shade that you just want to work, whether it's in the daytime or the evening time in those Eyes to Mesmerise. I would probably recommend the Oyster Pearl one because you just can't go wrong with it, daytime or evening, whereas some of the other ones are more evening appropriate or more daytime appropriate. This one is a really, really great all-rounder. And then the other thing I wanted to mention, which I haven't been wearing so much lately, but like early springtime, I was loving this. This is the Danessa Myricks Colorfix Foil, and I have actually worn this in one of the videos on my channel, the last one where I put makeup on my face. I can't remember what it was called. But yes, this shade is so unique. It's like a rose gold, but it has like a goldy green reflect to it. And it's just like, so, I mean, the camera, I don't think it's gonna do it justice, but it's honestly so beautiful. If you have a like light skin tone, I think you'll really, really love this because it's a wearable holographic eyeshadow topper, essentially. It adds so much like reflect and glitter, and it just looks really unique and just a little bit different, which is something that I'm always looking for out of makeup, because I think so many things are just done by different brands over and over again and recycled, and like you can get the same shade in a million different eyeshadows and stuff, but this is actually, I would say, unique. And then the lip product I wanted to mention was by Bare Minerals. This is one of their lip gloss balms, I think it's called. It's in the shade Vision, and it's kind of like a cool toned bubblegum pink, which is not my vibe normally at all, but these are really sheer, and that's kind of why I love this, because again, it's so easy to just throw on and you don't really have to think about it. It just adds a really subtle tint to the lips. It's so juicy, it makes your lips feel really like cushiony and pillowy, and really, really, I've been loving it. The only thing I will say is that I think if I wear this too many days in a row, or like a lot, I do find that my lips start to get really dry. So if you have very sensitive lips, I would maybe stay away from this. It's quite strongly scented of like something sweet and fruity. So whether that's to do with it, it obviously doesn't feel dry when you're wearing it, because it's really, like I say, cushiony and glossy and comfortable to wear. But I will say, yeah, I do notice that a few days later, kind of my lips start getting really, really dry, and I have to obviously moisturize them and stuff with my lip balm more often than I normally do. So yeah, that's the only downside with that. I will just mention the two mascaras I've been using. I've talked about these in favorites before, so I won't talk too long about them, but this is the e.l.f. Keep Your Curl, and then also the Glossier Lash Slick. I think this is my favorite duo of mascaras ever. Like, these two mascaras in my collection is all I need for like the perfect mascara look. Like, I don't ever wear them at the same time together, but I mean, this is like daytime mascara, the Glossier one, and then this is like night out, really waterproof, like gives you volume but also gives you length and definition. For those two purposes, this is like the perfect two mascaras to have at any one time, because I know that whatever the occasion, whatever I'm going to, whatever I'm doing that day, I have something that will like work. And I love the Glossier one. I'm wearing the Glossier one today, and I just love it for like natural daytime lashes that are like lengthened. So just wanted to give those a shout out as well. But that is going to conclude this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. And let me know what your current favorites are down below. I would love to hear and get chatting with you guys in the comments. And yeah, I think that's about it. So I'm gonna go. I hope that you guys are doing well and taking care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.